very quiet. Out there is a big, old, frightening beast. Oh, that looks good, doesn't it?
It's good, isn't it?
Oh, the way they've done your nose.
I'm really happy with it. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
that's
good, right?
great. Oh, that's really good, isn't it? Yeah, wow. I think that she's done a really good job, hasn't she?
really
It's
nice.
yeah, it's the way she's done the nose, the whiskers.
If you are two perfectly regular adult human men in Brighton and Hove and need your face painted, then call Shana. She'll do a really good job and not ask any questions. There she is doing the whiskers. Very nice. I wonder what Quinns is talking about here. Probably his attraction to dice. And there's a wolf. That's the big scary boy. Happy chap. Thanks, Shana. A face painter for everyone.
Lumbering out of the dark and scary forests of Kickstarter, Beast is a game from first-time designers at Studio Midhall and asks a very simple question. What if hidden movement games were a little bit dumber and a little bit hairier? In Beast, just one brave player gets to take on the role of the Beast. A big wolf called Fangrear, a gluttonous toad called Bolgin, a bad hog called Hogbad, or literally 3 other freaks. Whatever the beast you choose, you have one goal: consume a oddly specific number of the humans that have taken up root in your habitat. The rest of the folks around the table play a cheerful cast of dour hunters looking to turn said beast into a scarf, or just a corpse. They've recently arrived in a world heavy with misted forests and foggy bogs, a world that is quite beautifully grey. To not comment on the presentation here would be a mistake. Beast is one of the prettiest games we've played this year, both in its striking board and hazy, dreamlike art style on the cards. Gorgeous impressions of action that sell the theme and then some. We also really like how the morality of this game is as foggy and grey as the board. The humans have been displaced, sure, but also their conquest of this new land reeks of colonial flag planting. And the beast can either be cast as this scared animal trying to defend its homeland, or just a real asshole. Looking at you, Hogbad.
As for the actual game, Beast is a bit of a chimera, a gross and startling fusion of several different kinds of games, but the beating heart of it is that of a hidden movement game like Mind Management or Whitehall Mystery, with the Beast player skulking around the board invisibly and the hunters trying to find its heavy footprints, second guess where it's going, and risk searching for it when they think they're right on top of it. However, the beast is going to regularly and violently give up its position whenever it gobbles up a sheep, or a man, or whenever it squirts out a baby, or an additional acre of bog. And that's fine, because in addition to being a hidden movement game, Beast is also a tricky card game. Every unique hunter and animal in the game get their own special cards every round that they can do cool actions with, like build a watchtower or push a peasant out of a village about 6 miles into a mountain. However, in addition to these unique character cards, you are also going to every round draft out the game's thin deck of action cards. And this is a draft that includes the beast. So every round you are wondering what actions you want to take for the day ahead, but also what you want to try and pass around the table to your other hunters, or what you want to deny to the beast. Maybe on a particular turn, your group of hunters will try and prevent the beast from getting any movement cards. But of course, in doing so, you will give it the opportunity to be especially violent. And this adds an exciting layer of fuzziness to Beast, like the fur on a tiger, or a strong man's back, because no player is exactly aware of exactly what any other player around the table can do. And then, sat on top of all of this design like a pair of knotty antlers, is a nerdy layer of resource management, because Beast is literally powered by hatred. As the Beast chows down on smaller animals, like bears, it amasses hatred, while humans acquire hatred from the more human activity of playing cards. And hatred can be spent on upgrades for your character to make them more unique and intimidating. Players can also acquire abstract ancient power that lets them hit harder, and items that let them item. Perhaps one of Beast's biggest achievements is that between the character you choose and the cards you draft and the items you buy and the upgrades you get and the side of the board you want to play on, players in Beast can truly play. You can enact the strategy that you feel like doing as opposed to just trying to do what's best for the game. And that feels really liberating. And also, it means every game of Beast feels a little bit different. Altogether, Beast is an exciting proposition.
It is an exciting proposition, and maybe we should just cut to the chase right away and say, we like it.
We like it. It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
See, Beast offers a much fizzier, frothier take on the hidden movement genre. More of a game of whack-a-mole than cat and mouse. Long stretches of tension punctuated by flashes of teeth and claws.
I had no idea you liked whack-a-mole that much.
That's whack-a-mole.
I'm just imagining you as a kid playing whack-a-mole. Simpler times.
Yeah. What Beast offers is a more Ameritrash take on the hidden movement genre. Whilst recent site favourite Mind Management is one long cerebral puzzle of deduction that sprawls over its runtime, Beast is snappy and immediate, where both the hider and the seeker are bashing up against each other constantly. Part of this is because the Beast has to reveal itself to do lots of stuff. Eat a villager? Eat a sheep? You're gonna tell everyone where you are, and you'll be doing both lots. But it's also because of a nifty incentive structure, both sides having simple goals that require action to achieve, pushing each team into riskier and riskier play. You want to eat that sheep, as bad as it is for you.
And maybe my favorite thing about Beast is that, never mind this game changing based on how the Beast evolves or how many of its babies or polyps or hags are slinking around the board, what's startling about this game, and comes as a total shock, is how much it changes as players get wounded. Here's the deal. 3 wounds left, you're a legendary hero. You ain't afraid of no frog. You can contentedly chase after the Beast like a medieval paparazzi. Paparazzo. Singular, maybe. But the moment you get so much as nicked and go down to 2 wounds, you might not notice it at first, but you're now playing a very different game. Because the Beast gets 2 actions on its turn, theoretically, if it's on top of you, it could play 1 attack card, 2 attack cards, and turn around and munch you in a moment. And player elimination in this game is pretty brutal, because you lose a card from your hand, that goes to the Beast gains a hatred, and you lose all of your hatred, as presumably happens when your soul exits your body. So having 2 wounds left suddenly gives this game the vibe of the movie Predator. You're hunting a creature, but with a little bit more of, he's right behind me, isn't he? And if you've only got 1 wound left, oh boy! The Beast could be walking past you and finish you off like it's grabbing a sausage roll from a motorway service station. You're no longer Predator, you're not even prey, you're just a meat-shaped liability, and every single further upgrade peg that goes in the Beast's board is gonna land there like a further nail in your coffin.
And what this adds up to is a game that revels in tense and thematic stories. Our first game had one of our hunters getting a little too big for their boots, venturing into the forest alone and summarily getting torn apart when the massive wolf she was hunting turned around 180 degrees and began hunting her. The other hunter was then left to deal with the wolves' kids, who, with the organisational talents of an insurgent army, began a ludicrously organised military operation on 3 separate villages at once. It was as funny as it was bleak. Another game had us trying to pin down a giant frog we had the pleasure of knowing absolutely nothing about. In a shocking twist about halfway through the first round, said frog surprised everyone by leaping 100 feet into the air to escape, taking off like a monster truck over a ramp to continue its reign of terror on less immediately spiky villages. And then we tried a game with Hogbad, who has the ability to shunt livestock and human beings around like a forklift truck, turning the board into his own personal Amazon warehouse. This is unbelievably annoying in a game where you, in all of your wisdom, elected to draft seemingly 0 movement cards, giving you a front row seat as Hogbad consumes an entire ecosystem.
This whole game feels like a flashback to the sorts of games that Shut Up and Sit Down was playing and loving 10 years ago. Nothing too challenging in the rulebook or ambitious in the design, just players using cool abilities to do really bad stuff to each other in a way that feels not childish exactly, but like playful, mischievous maybe.
Mischievous is a really good word for it. You know, I think that this is one of those games that's kind of a let me show you something cool kind of game. It's got a beautiful theme, a killer theme, amazing production, lots of gritty decisions, and an ease of access that lets people just see why board games are cool.
Yeah, and frankly, that's what board games should be, because it's a big ask to get people to come to your house, and so at minimum, a board game should try and be simple to learn, and it should look beautiful, and it should be full of cool stuff that people just want to try.
There is a rough side to that particular genre though. As easy as it is to just get playing with Beast, the rulebook can be a little sparse where detail is really needed. Specifics of timings and how particular cards should be interpreted are often needed and often out of reach in a way that can be frustrating when your game is as tense as this can be. On top of that, it is rare for us to complain about components, especially because we normally love cardboard standees, but these ones are a little bit flimsy and wobbly in a way that's kind of annoying in an otherwise stellar production. But neither of those things really get in the way of a game that's more concerned about how it feels to play.
Yeah, another criticism that's not really a criticism, but also is that we have to talk about player counts, because at 3 players, this game, oh boy.
Oh man.
Holy smokes.
Hot dogs.
It's hot hogs in the script.
Right, okay.
It's an exquisitely compact and tense game, like hunting for a murderer who's already inside your house. But 3 players is the only player count at which Beast truly sings. Like at 2 and 4 players, it does still sing, but not as well, like a tenor who's been hit in the throat by a pipe. So the 2-player game of Beast is just the 3-player game, but the hunter player has to hold 2 hands of cards at the same time, separately, and control 2 hunters.
I hate it.
Yeah, Tom really hates that.
I don't like it.
Now, you would think, though, at 4 players, this game is going to be even better, because you flip the board to an even bigger map, you get 3 hunters. Look, it's epic, right?
Why'd you do that?
It's epic. Whoosh. Whoosh. Anyway, at 4 players, the game is still fun for the Beast, who still gets to run around and hide, and it's still balanced, but for the hunters, everything just feels so far away because movement is so tight in this game. I want to feel like when the Beast rears its head attacking the town of Gastvik Fjord, it's a cool race to get over there, but instead, I feel like I'm at a music festival and I've just found out that the toilets and the bar are both like 10-minute walks away. Just not as good.
Yeah. I will admit for this video, I am a little sad that you got the cool face paint and I'm just in my regular costume of small man.
Yeah, I know, I do look absolutely sick.
Yeah.
But we can fix this. Is Shana still here? Shana! What the hell are you supposed to be?
I was inspired by your Scary Things from Board Games theme. I'm a deck cube from Pipeline.
Right, and what am I supposed to do with that?
I don't know what you're meant to do with it, but you do need to fill in all of these forms by 5 p.m. today, or my guys are going to repossess you.
What?
Thank you very much for watching this Shut Up and Sit Down video, everybody. We have way more on the channel for you to go and have a look at. We got a podcast, you can put us in your ears. We do Twitch streams sometimes, kinda. We got like a Patreon if you want to send us some fun bucks to do things. How are you getting on with your forms there, buddy?
I've barely started.
Ah!